At the same time, Turkish foreign exports were actually, before the economic downturn, 50% to Europe and 50% to the other parts of the world. But then with the Europe crisis or Europe economic downturn, now Turkey had a different, changes perspective and started to looking at different markets. And right now, Europe is only 32%, and the other markets are increasing. And this is actually happening in an area where there's a turmoil in the Middle East, where there's a lot of question marks in the country. So when the economy, if the economy is going to be picking up soon, then the Turkish economy is going to be doing much better regarding the export side, which is going to help the current account deficit.
And just to add on to your point, we should always bear in mind that the Turkish influence within the region is very important. So you do have very large Turkish companies who are playing important roles all over the region. Even now, they even develop shopping centers in China.
Absolutely.
So you see Turkey as a global market inner activity, but it's not. In terms of what we see happening is now a lot of sound and wealthy Turkish companies are going outside and producing a lot more.
What is also interesting, if you look to the international trade, you are absolutely right. Turkey was always a little bit like a position on the periphery of Europe. But that has dramatically changed. You mentioned the Middle East, but it's about Russia, it's about Asia, it's about North Africa. You see that basically, if you look to the export flows of Turkey, we see it growing in all directions. So Turkey, from a peripheral position, becomes a central position. And I think for Istanbul as a business hub, but also from the point of view of logistics, transports, cargo, I think that is an enormous challenge for the years to come. The retail side is only one side of the story. Indeed, developers developing across the region and as far as China. But I think that's also why the other sectors will grow in importance and in interest in the coming years because of the changing shift.
And you have to acknowledge that the investment that they're doing in the current infrastructure, for example, Istanbul with the third bridge, the new highways infrastructure putting in place, that will highly impact on the logistics sector. We believe, CBRE believes that the new layout of the roads, the new networks, and the new configuration will only enable Turkey to become a greater platform within the region in terms of logistics, industrial. We strongly believe that this will be the way forward for Turkey, and we see very positive feedback from a lot of international investors.
And right now, for example, sorry to add that, but right now in the logistics sector, Iskender is going to be the largest container harbor for the Middle East, and that combined with the railroad up north to the Samsun area, to the Black Sea, it will just become just like a container hub and an alternative to the Bosphorus Strait, which is a really congested area. So it's just flow is going to be increasing a lot in the southern part of Turkey as well.
We don't have to underestimate the infrastructures in Turkey. We were talking about that the airport, Atatürk Airport, becoming a fantastic platform, helped by Turkish Airlines, who has done a fantastic job. But also you have to see the ports, the existing ports, the railway which is being developed now. They're connecting the high-speed train between Ankara and Istanbul. You also have the connection bridge that will go over in the Izmir region. So you do have to think that there are huge network infrastructures that are being created that will further boost the economical activity of the country.
But I think the gentleman said the export mix, it's not that drastic, it's not 32%, but yes, on a month-on-month basis, sometimes last year, it was 30%. Still, it's above 40%. So Europe is still a very important partner. Last year, the exports actually were record high, about 150 billion US dollars. But Europe is still a big market for us. I put it on the map. So, I guess there is also this perception that Turkey is looking at other places. There is definitely a strategy of export diversification. We've seen huge increases in export volumes to Middle East, North Africa, to Gulf countries. But, Europe is still a very big market. In foreign direct investment, Europe is still providing around 75% of investments into Turkey. So, I guess just that, recognition. Turkey is definitely part of Europe, its government strategy. 2 days ago, as you know, as you might have heard, France finally is now becoming much more open towards Turkey after the presidential change. And I think we're going to see the chapters now starting to be negotiated again. So the European Union story might come back. So I think the investors could actually might warm up to Turkey again, especially now Turkey is going through the election period itself. I think the party is going to probably bring that up a bit more than previously. So I guess let's keep that in mind. On the infrastructure side, also a very small note, the gentleman has mentioned, Turkey is actually tendering off May the 3rd this year, the world's largest airport. I mean, which is going to be 150 million passenger capacity, and this is going to be the world's largest airport as we speak. So it's a very ambitious project, and but there is a lot of interest from foreigners, from locals, and the infrastructure in Istanbul especially is being developed as we speak, and I think that's going to affect the prices. As the gentleman again has mentioned, let's not just look at the yields, let's look at the capital growth as well, because that's definitely going to kick in, and that's definitely there. With GDP growth rates of 5% above, you're going to see capital growth rates, you're going to see growth in rentals, and so forth. So that was my point.